Retail TV is brought to you by founding sponsor Faris Investments, the largest retail investment advisory firm in the nation.
Rick Chichester is president and CEO of Faris Investments, the nation's largest retail specialized investment advisory firm. The firm provides high analytics on financial underwriting and positioning, with a focus on maximizing value at the property level. In this segment, Rick discusses the challenges and opportunities in retail investment today and how to best position against changing consumer habits and demographics.
Well, the biggest challenge in retail today, outside of the specialty itself, retail is highly complex, very dynamic, and it is literally based on the consumer and the consumer habits, and challenged, if you will, or led by the economy. And it becomes very important to the economy, and that 3/4 of our economy is based on consumer purchases, and they make those purchases online or through retail sites, but they're all a retail focus. So the co-tenancies and the makeup, the branding, the identity becomes very important, and ease for that consumer to shop. The investment market is recovering rather nicely right now. The caution that we put out there is really understand why is it recovering, and then we always want to go back to the investor to make sure that we understand their financial investment strategies as well as their property strategies. Why are they investing actually at the property level? So you want to set your financial strategies to the long-term vision at the property level and the tenancies. Look at it from a standpoint of the consumer. What are those habits today? What are they going to be in the future? Understand the demographics behind it. And then underneath that and foundational to that is where is all of that relative to the economy? We focus as much, if not more, on the strategies at the investment level and at the property level as we do to the transaction itself. As people are now moving into the middle, which is the multi-tenant. And those are challenged in many cases because of the quality of the tenancies, the strength of those tenants, and in many cases, most of those are challenged with vacancies, with property that probably needs to be refreshed. They've been challenged in the downturn of the recession, challenged financially, so a lot haven't been able to put the proper investments back into them. Then you look at this from the standpoint of retail, and retail is being challenged in that the consumer, the buying behavior has changed so much. And the biggest piece of that is almost demographic. If you look at what drove the economy the last 10 years, it was the back end of the baby boom generation. That generation today is getting into their 50s and beginning to plan for retirement. The X generation right behind it, even if they were to buy at the same levels, there's 25 million less of them than there are the baby boom. So the capacity just to purchase, the purchasing power is less. The opportunity now is how to refresh and re-tenant and reposition these stores. That's what makes retail exciting for the investors, is because it really is a business within a business. It's not a static investment. To make the multi-tenant properties really excel in terms of value is to find the right properties with the right dynamics in the right markets, and then to bring the creativity of how to bring the consumer to that property. That is, who are the tenants and what's the experience that consumer is going to get when they come to that property.
Retail TV is brought to you by founding sponsor Faris Investments, the largest retail investment advisory firm in the nation.